Non-fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make $1, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. The non-fungible idiots, we live in the dream. We're all over zero, it's our way to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
Yeah, dude, it might appear that you're first, but actually no. You'll see in a second. Actually, Henry's here. He's going to be hopping up on stage here in just a minute. Just getting squared away, getting settled. Good morning, though. Happy Saturday, dude. I legit lose track of what day of the week it is sometimes. Today's one of those days. You're the first. Okay, fair. You win. First brother to say first. Good morning, Tickle. Good morning, guys. Man, good seeing you. Choina, Edge, Boss, Awful Eye. Confusion. Good to see you, bro. Andrew, good morning, sir. All right, well, I want to talk about, the biggest stuff in the space, and it's all stuff we talked about yesterday, and we still need to talk about it. Definitely going to get to some market stuff today, by the way, guys. Bull market, bear market. There's just a lot going on out there, and I see so many bearish takes, and it's so easy for people to get caught up and get emotional and be reactive to what's going on. Like, I do this. We all do it, but I do it, like me saying that NFTs are back earlier in the week. And then kind of like waffling on that. I still think they are. I actually do still think NFTs are back. But I see a lot of bearish takes out there and people revising their crypto bull market, thesis. I see people like Kook saying that, you see it on the screen here, he thinks meme season, it's over. And I might agree with him there, like memes specifically. But I just want to get into that, into the market, into where we're at in this cycle. NFTs, of course. Again, the big news yesterday, Yuga Labs announcing the workshop, which I love. I to be honest, I didn't agree with the takes on the afternoon show a lot. I get where the sentiment comes from, and anybody who didn't tune in, they weren't bearish takes. They were really reasonable, realistic takes on it, and a lot of hanging on to the past couple years of Yuga Labs and how they did not deliver. And they didn't. Those guys did not deliver in the past couple years. And, maybe appreciating the direction they're going, but too little, too late, and they're so big that they owe a lot more. I don't know. With Yuga in particular, I'm just happy to turn that page and be heading in the right direction now. So I want to get into more workshop stuff with Henry, too. I think it'll be good to get deeper in that conversation. Guys, want to talk Zynga and Sugartown? A big old change yesterday. I think I tweeted from the Crypto Slam account this morning something like, I might have deleted it the way I worded it at first, but the space is, it's changing shape again. It's shifting, and it is. And I think that's good, and it's healthy. So I want to talk about those things. They're a really, really big deal. They're a really, really big deal. And I think that's going to help, I guess, direct the course of this upcoming NFT run, NFT market. At the same time, some products are coming back and cooking. Ones that a lot of people declared maybe even dead. Things like Fantasy Top, which is back to not just... it's not just back in a good place now, guys. Fantasy Top hit an all-time high in secondary volume yesterday. So there's signs still that people are very engaged and very active, and that me saying NFTs are back, I think I got to stand by that. The OpenSea news, the Wells notice, which we have to talk about that too, certainly made us pause for a little bit, made me pause for a little bit too. But I just think that's going to be something that's just here. We'll be dealing with it. I think which we have been behind the scenes anyways. And if anything, I think that gets us closer to that bull market we're all hoping for, right? Brings that clarity we've been hoping for. Yeah, Tickle, that Sugartown tweet's kind of a big deal, and it's kind of a really good thing too. Following the Yuga Labs faraway kind of method, selling off the gaming assets to the people who are building this thing, right? It's basically in the same team's hand. I'll save that because we'll get into it, but it's big news. So yeah, we talked about this stuff for probably 20, 30 minutes yesterday. It probably needs quite a bit longer than that. So excited to chat about that with you guys. Anything you guys are seeing out there, drop it here. Send me DMs. Awful sent me something I was reading over yesterday too. And if others are seeing it and thinking it's a big deal, it's worth talking about here. Spoiler, it's AI. Multiple AI are starting to trade crypto between each other. AI's impact on the market's going to be wild. I bet you to a large degree it's already in use, right? There's so many bots and there's so much trading that happens via algorithms. So what happens when AI really takes that over? When AI is the thing that's really dictating this market? And I think behind the scenes it probably is, right? Cutting edge AI stuff is probably not in our hands yet, but I bet you it's in the hands of a different kind of trader, right? I bet you it is. So to some degree, I think the AI trading stuff is already happening, but its impact on the market will be huge. I remember guys asking probably a year and a half ago, Andrew Steinwald had him on an interview over on Crypto Slam, and I asked him about that, the AI's role in this market, whether it's manipulative, whether it's kind of whatever, legitimate trade, whatever. Its role in all of that. And he's like, yeah, it's going to be a big factor there. So writing's on the wall. People definitely see that. So, yeah, should be, it could get interesting. Tickle, I've not talked about, what's that noise? Tickle, I've not talked about Jirasan. They look awesome. It's a good-looking PFP. Yeah, not looked at them. Great new Ethereum collection. I dig them, man. Henry, welcome, sir. Good to see you, man.
Hey, how's it going?
What's this PFP, man?
Oh, that's Proto-Kong.
What's a Proto-Kong?
That you don't know Proto-Kong?
No.
That's the Proto-Kong was the prototype Kong that Mio, like, that was the original concept art for it.
No shit.
When he was making it.
Oh, I love it.
Never made it to the collection, of course, but
oh, dude, at some point he should do a little collection of those. That would be fucking awesome. A little collection, or even if he should mint some of those, dude. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's like the funniest shit.
I love it. When did you have that yesterday? I don't think I've seen you with that.
No, I don't. I think I cleared like my cache in my phone, so it didn't have a PFP. So when I was going to upload one, that was like the first like Kong that came up.
Dude,
so I was like,
good.
I'll just go Proto Kong.
Are there more of them? Like,
nope.
That's the only one.
That's the one.
Oh my god, dude! If he minted that as like an 1155, bet you people would eat it up. Like everybody rocking that same thing. I would buy that as an 1155.
Like
totally
open
would.
edition or something.
Yep, exactly, dude.
Yeah, from time to time, people in the Discord will rock it as a PFP. It's kind of like, it's just out there as like, I don't want to say Kong's lore. It's just a thing.
Yeah, it's fucking great. I love it. All right, so I set the stage a little bit, Henry, as far as kind of topics, things I want to get to today. A lot of it's going to be kind of retracing our afternoon chat yesterday. Like, I definitely want to talk more of Yuga Labs Workshop. I want to talk the Zynga stuff. I do want to start market's just feeling kind of fucking ick. We're settling into that pattern that, okay, a couple months ago, we and really everybody out there is predicting a slow August, a slow September, and things picking up pace October, November. And really November is what people are looking at is when we start cooking. And there was such a dramatic shift. All of a sudden, things really started looking hot. We're like, oh my God, maybe we're actually going to have a nice hot September, right? Like something happened, things turned around, and then especially NFTs, like something happened in the past couple of weeks, like major, the top tier NFT collections, floor prices way up, like Punk's at 30 ETH, actually even yesterday at 30 ETH, Bored Ape's getting up to like 13, like everything was looking great. But all of a sudden, past few days, it feels like we're pulling back again. It feels like that uncertainty's there. So I want to get through some of that. to start. Kook is like Kook Capital, by the way. He's another one of those personality. Oh, hang on. Happy birthday, Paulie. First and fucking foremost. Happy fucking birthday. He's back on X. Anybody who is following him on Magma, which got banned this past week, he's now on OX Trump. So anybody trying to keep tabs on Paulie, he is here. Anyway, happy birthday, Paulie. Okay, as far as characters I like to follow because they're my good, they're a good barometer. A good. They got their finger on the pulse. Some of these guys just have their finger on the pulse because they don't give a fuck. I think that's important. They don't give a fuck. They say what they really feel, and those kind of guys just have a killer instinct. They have a different kind of instinct. Kook is one of those guys. So I'm always careful getting into tokens he talks about because I understand he's an influencer. I understand he's going to make money off of promoting stuff, but I definitely like his takes on the market, macro, and then micro stuff. But macro, dude, Kook's talking like the meme coin season's over, and he's sharing his advice, and he does have some wisdom. But yeah, meme season, meme cycle's over. Play it careful, and he's right here. Even in a bear market, and we saw this throughout the last bear market, few and far between, but there's still opportunities here. And this isn't like last year's bear market. It's not the same. Things are cooler right now. It's certainly more active. So definitely pay attention. I think ultimately it's limit your expectations a bit, right? We're not going to get those $500 million market cap tokens. We're not going to get a $1 billion market cap meme coin here right now. And probably not till we get back to like the real shit, like the real shit. But yeah, don't mistake it for nothing's going to happen, that we're dead. That said, it does feel like memes are cooked, doesn't it? Like we tapped that shit out. Doesn't it feel different over in memes? Again, I'm not sure how closely you pay attention, Henry, but it does feel different, doesn't it?
I'd say I'm like the casual observer that every couple weeks would get into a shitcoin. Like, so I'm probably most people's exit liquidity in those things. Never early enough. Of a handful, I've gotten in early. But yeah, well, I think the market's totally saturated right now. I mean, Pump.Fun, how many shit coins are launching a day? And I think
they got up to over 1 million. Like they got not daily, but they got up to 1 million new tokens. It's like, what do you think's going to happen when the same user base is spread amongst 1 million tokens, right?
Yeah, there's only so many times you can get wrecked, so it not surprising. Also, the general market isn't surprising to me either. Like I know the other day when you were saying like NFTs are back, which I think you were just like starting to get the feel like, oh, like they might be back. Things were in the green for some days. It just felt like we're not quite there yet to me. Like we're gonna get there, I have no doubt. It just didn't feel like felt too early for us to be there. Like we know August is dead. September, like I think September we could start to crawl back.
Yep. There's good points. I'm still leaning towards we're back. I use myself as that similar example like you. I know I'm exit liquidity. But I also use that to help gauge where we're at. And I am exit liquidity often. I also sometimes do sense early, late, whatever. I'm still sensing that we might be at the very start. Very, very start of this thing coming back. It's like on what time frame? I don't know. Dude, I was going to buy an NFT this morning, and not a cheap one either. Yeah, not cheap. I guess in context of the ecosystem, but I don't know. I've got conviction all of a sudden that it might be time to start grabbing some of this stuff. We're still early as far as the run definitely isn't here now, but I still think we rounded a corner here. Dude, I'm looking over at NBA Top Shot at Caitlin Clark rookie cards.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Right? I wouldn't have thought of buying one of these a couple months ago. But all of a sudden right now, because the sentiment is so low, it's so fucking low right now. It's really, like, again, most people think it's not back. Everybody thinks it's coming back, but sentiment is really fucking low. And I look at somebody like Caitlin Clark, if she has a chart, NFT market's kind of like going down a little, maybe just hanging flat. And Caitlin Clark is going like this. I'm looking, man. She's got some rookies that are 1,000 edition, about $200. She's got a limited edition, like 150 edition one that's like 1,000. I'm looking at that 1,000 edition one, and and that's when I tuck away. tuck away. If she becomes the thing she's looking like she becomes, man, I don't know. I might want to have that in my collection forever and hand that to the kids one day, right? So
Yeah, that's not a bad show. More than likely going to win the MVP.
yeah.
I no, that's smart. I didn't even realize they were doing WNBA cards on Top Shots.
Yeah, they started. I don't remember how long ago they had some base packs. I got one of those unripped. They've got a few packs. They definitely got a few packs. But yeah, I wouldn't consider buying anything like that, like an investment. I wouldn't do that if I didn't feel like that opportunity might get out of reach soon enough. And I sit with that idea for a while. I just sit and I think and I'm like, I think it's kind of now's the time to do it. So that's where I'm at temperature wise. I don't think they get out of reach quick, nor do I think any other NFTs do. But I'm definitely feeling like it's not the worst time to be looking at stuff. Crypto though, let's peek at prices. So we know Kook's take on it. And he's got some more comments here, and I like them. Yeah, memes done. By the way, he also says some of them come back, but most don't. Very much like NFTs, right? Between these cycles, most of the other ones do not come back. It's always the new, fresh thing that captures that attention, and you need the attention, and those are the things that do well. So most of those memes, probably most of my bags, not coming back. I still believe in Nero. I really do. That's probably the one out of what I own that I think comes back. But yeah, keep that in mind, and yeah, just
what's the market cap of Nero right now?
Dude, I think it dropped to even 100 mil, 125. I'm not sure what it's at right this moment. Way fucking like half of what I bought in it. Actually, we'll peek at meme coins. Bitcoin at 59K. ETH 2500, Solana 137. So, dude, just this weird period. I'll tell you this. The talk out there does get me thinking a lot and trying to make sure I'm right and ultimately who's right. Nobody fucking knows, and we know this at this point. Nobody knows where this market is going. But I keep seeing these the swings, the 2, 3, 5% swings, and I just remember back to when it's what the bull market looked like. The bull market was just those 5% swings every few days, every couple weeks, whatever. I'm like, is there a chance we are in the bull and that it doesn't live up to expectations? And is there a chance I'm thinking about it entirely wrong and the real run is 3-4 years off again? Maybe not that far, but let's say a year or two, whatever it is. It feels, I don't know. I at least sit and question that shit. Reason being is the run doesn't really happen till we get people in here, and I just can't think of. Actually, I can. I was gonna say I can't think of what brings people in. I do actually. It's
or policy changes. Do you know what I mean? I don't mean like regulatory, right? Like policy changes, like a Trump administration that's going to be far more pro crypto. It gets people into the majors, and then some of that sometimes starts to flow down. Into like right now, I'm just comfortable not chasing anything. Like I'm fine with it. I'm like it's the time of year that we didn't expect to be busy. When the bull comes, I prefer to mint. Like when I say guaranteed wins, playing majors, like being in Bitcoin, being in Ethereum, and then playing like the hyped mints, to me has worked out far better than chasing every whitelist that comes my way. Because like I don't care about making $100. I don't care about making 200. I don't care about making $200. I'm looking for like. It sounds ridiculous, but
it doesn't. It doesn't, because that's the thing. If you can be patient enough and remember back to like whitelist season, and that's what I'm here for. It's why I don't. Wow, Nero's down to 63 mil. Holy shit. Man, I'm wrecked there. I'm holding. I still think it's great, dude. Whitelist season is it. Whitelist season is where you really win, and the odds are so much better. It's like why gamble right now with such terrible fucking odds when the odds are they're so fucking stacked in your favor. And your point, dude, when I was saying I don't know what brings you users in, and then I settled on what really does, and you nailed it. It's definitely the Trump administration. I'd say most likely, almost definitely, and it's maybe and pretty likely also the Kamala Harris administration, if she's truly going to be pro crypto. I still don't know, but either way, if they start actually moving pro crypto and talking about it publicly, that does bring people in. It does, and that's the case where we do get new users, and this thing goes bonkers.
And if you're bored and feeling the need to gamble, like I was like, I think it was like me, Mio, and Sniggy were watching like Rollbit the other day, just looking at like games on there. There's like some really fun shit you can play for cheap, $1 a game. Obviously, you can bet more than that, but I'm like, to chase whitelists to make $100. I feel like I'm gonna chase 5 whitelists. I'm gonna hit one of them. I'm gonna lose on 4. And then I'm gonna hold this thing in my wallet that I don't care about at all. That's gonna go under mint price within a month or 2, if it ever even goes over mint price. So to me, yeah, waiting for that. Like I learned, dude. Like I've just learned for myself. I have no reason to chase right now.
Super smart. DeYank makes a really good point here. Really good point, and I've been peeking at this as well. They're printing trillions as you speak. So before that, he said, let me see. I think there's a comment about the stimulus and things like that last cycle. Let me see. Hang on. Fuck, I can't. Oh, rate cuts, stimulus equals powerful bull run. Myself. Yeah, dude, agreed. This is an important thing to be looking at, too, is global liquidity. Global liquidity, I think, reigns supreme. When liquidity is at a high, so are the markets, right? So is crypto. And we saw that last cycle. We're at an all-time high for global liquidity. They are printing. There is more money being printed around the world. And I think we see the impact of that on the market here. Probably not far off. It's like maybe the rate cuts are what trigger things. But yes, if you're looking at other market factors, and I'm just learning this stuff too, learning how to factor those in and what things to pay attention to. But this is the king. It is liquidity out there. So that's looking really, really good. Like really good.
When Uncle Jerome Powell announced rate cuts, announced there wasn't a rate cut, just announced that there would be rate cuts. Yeah. We ran to like 65K. I would think it's realistic to think when there's actually a rate cut that is going to be something that's going to be positive for crypto.
Yeah, dude, I got to believe. And at some point, the guys who are liquidating now, and it's still, man, we have no transparency into what's happening with all this volume. Why prices don't move the way we think they will. But at some point, those guys selling, they flip a switch and they're like, okay, now's the time to hold. Now we get it. We get it. All this momentum is built up. Stop selling. We make money that way. Right now, they're making money doing what they're doing clearly, or they wouldn't be doing it. It does change.
I mean, dude, a year ago, we were 18, 20K Bitcoin, right?
Fucking wild, dude. yeah.
Like, I think it's awesome that we've been able to like maintain right around 60K for months, dude, for months and months and months. So I think, yeah, we had that dip down to, did we hit the high 40s or was it the real low 50s back, a few weeks ago? And then we were right back up.
I think 50s, and I think I kept maybe thinking we could get in the 40s, and I don't know if we do. I want to peek. I can't.
I don't know if we hit like 49.9 or something like that, but we definitely hit. This would have been around, let's say, first week of August. I think it was like somewhere between August 1st and 7th.
Yeah, 49. Right. We did get to 49. Yeah. Wild.
Yeah, and look, like we sprung right back that next Monday. I think that was like a Friday, maybe even a Saturday. And by Monday, we were already starting to head back towards 60.
Yep. So this is Becker's point too. And I love it. I love it when we're just casually chatting and we see things the exact same way that guys I respect. Like I like Becker's takes. I super knowledgeable guy, and that's his take too. Sentiment right now worse than during the FTX crash, and he's right. To a degree, he's right. Like sentiment's fucking awful out there. And we're at 60K. With sentiment being what it is and people, again, shifting their thoughts about where we're going, man, and we're still at 60K is wild. So, yeah, we're going to get away with this, gents. Keep thy dick in a pencil sharpener of fate. Man, I like that guy a lot. I do. Also, dude, I've gone and watched Becker's videos. He makes every so often these, like, meme coin call videos, right? Tells you the coins he's in that he thinks have these multiple X's. I've looked at the numbers on those things, and I'm like, if I got in when Becker's, calling these things publicly, and usually he calls them, like, on X, and he talks about them, but even when he packages them in a video, if you buy them and you just hold those till the actual run, you do really well. Because some of them are really fucking obvious. I think we all have this problem where we overthink this stuff. I think that's one of the biggest problems here. Some of this is so easy when you just zoom out and be patient. You think, what's it going to look like in 6 months or a year? And it's hard when you live and breathe this space. That's when you get in, you overthink it, you overanalyze it, and then you make mistakes. Then you make mistakes because you get off your game plan. But he makes great calls. That's the point there. And we make this so much harder than it needs to be, I think. Even OSF, though, kind of not revising his thoughts, but also sharing his uncertainty. So again, if you're like me and just you kind of you maybe flip flop on where you think we're going, it's everybody, man. It is everybody. So OSF saying I think we go higher in Q4. Beyond that, don't know. I mean,
Nobody knows.
And he's right. No,
yeah,
that's it.
Right,
No
like
one,
we all have our thoughts on it, but nobody knows. It's an emerging asset class that there's not a lot to go off of. It's like literally you have like the 21, 22 bull run to go. If you're talking NFTs, if you're talking crypto, it's a little bit different. But I think if you're talking NFTs, it's just a very different environment altogether.
Yeah, DeYank Becker gets allocated tokens, shills the shit out of him, paid shill. Yeah, he always says when he always says when he's in something, and he also says when he's like an investor. Well, but totally right, he does get a fuck ton of that stuff. So when you're buying off Becker calls, know that he's in probably 5 to 10 times lower than you, or he's in a what pre-sale, or what do they call it, like an investor round basically. He's in at a fraction of the cost you're getting in. So.
He's in the KOL round.
Yeah. Is there a level beyond that? KOL, and then there's the VC stuff and all that, right? That's where he's in at.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good point. It's good to point that out, but he is definitely that. Cryptophasia, good to see you, bro. But there we have it, man. Just kind of macro crypto, where we're at. Actually, I want to peek at ETFs. Didn't look at them yet. Kind of curious where we're at. Although it's like I still don't know what effect they have, other than like a kind of maybe a way to measure sentiment, kind of like you're feeling from like TradFi people how they're thinking. Damn, 175 million outflows in the Bitcoin ETFs, big day outflows. Geez, worst day in weeks, at the very least in weeks. Interesting. I still don't really know how that impacts like the market right now, right? Because they're not selling Bitcoin on chain on the spot, right? Isn't that they already have their own pool, basically, a Bitcoin, and when the buying selling happens like off chain where it doesn't impact price? I wish I knew this better, but
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's the way it works. I don't want to say it's like a order book, but I'm not. Be nice to know.
That's one of those things I'm going to ask
certain.
Nate Garrissey, because he's going to come on Chain Reactor. I've been chatting with him. He's definitely coming on. It's probably in the next week or two, nice. At the furthest out. But it's, like, so when I talked to Mike from Mutable Trees yesterday, I'm like, talk to us like we're dummies. Like, we start talking about hash rates and really specific, like a little more in-depth technical Bitcoin stuff. I'm like, talk to us like we don't know, because I don't know some of this stuff, a lot of it. So I'll ask the questions. I'm going to do the same with Nate. Right, Nate speaks that TradFi language, and I don't know that stuff. And I'm assuming some people, maybe not everybody for sure, but like some people are the same, and I'll ask those questions. I'll ask them stupid questions like that. How does a day of 180 million in outflows, how does that impact Bitcoin price today, or does it not? And then like, how does it work? So I bet he'll walk us through that stuff. He's nice.
When I talk to Mutable Trees, it's funny because like Kongs are known for like degen, dev minded stuff, and so I think there's, even if we're not like a Bitcoin native project, I think there's just an assumption that on the technical end, when he's talking to like me, that like I know what he's talking about. And dude, there's just sometimes where I laugh and I'm like Mike, bro, I have no idea what you're talking about. You just talked for like 6 minutes. I don't know what you're saying. Dude, he's a brilliant guy. He really is. You have to have like a brilliant mind to be able to do the kind of stuff that he does.
Yeah, and what surprised me with him, he told me a lot of the miners don't know Bitcoin tech, right? They understand I need this kind of rig with these kind of specs to be able to mine, at this rate, and here's what it'll cost me. Like, they're playing a different game too. They're not necessarily Bitcoin guys like devs. They're guys who understand like hardware. And that's it.
Yeah.
This amount of processing power costs this much. Here's how much electricity it needs. It could cost me that. Like, that's their game. He's like, a lot of the guys mining, I don't know if he said most of them, but he definitely said a lot of them really don't know the technical stuff about Bitcoin. So it was cool hearing him talk. And I get what you're saying, Lair. He knows it where it's casual talk to him. And for me, I'm like really focusing on like a word he said and trying to understand it. And then he's a sentence later. Although he kept it simple enough. It was a great chat, but I'll get him back on to go further. Point there is, it's great. I'll say this. It's cool as fuck. We've talked about this. When we came in, nobody was really willing to explain the tech. And it's complicated shit. NFT stuff, ETH blockchain tech. It was really complicated, and there weren't really guys who were willing to like slowly teach you and dumb it down for you. And things have changed. Like a guy like Mike is willing to explain stuff to you. A guy like Nate, I think, is going to be willing to explain stuff to us. I like the characters that we got in this space right now. So
yeah, more people in. Information, dude. Like when we got in, there was no information. There was no information. It was like trial and error, and like a bunch of us figuring stuff out probably at the slowest rate we could, because like we just didn't know.
Marty's calling he's being a smartass. Marty's calling Bored Apes to get to a 30 ETH floor by the end of the year. He's being a smartass. Marty hates Bored Apes. But maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe Marty.
I was gonna say I'd have to have the day of reckoning.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if I had any other points bookmarked. I did want to mention, maybe this doesn't matter much, but it's worth mentioning. X is getting blocked in Brazil, which is
saw that.
Yeah, I mean,
dude,
big deal
can you explain it a little bit? Because like I was reading about a funny story. Can I sidetrack us for a minute? Yeah, just a dad moment. So, Madeline was out last night. Like she's been checking out like sororities. I don't know what you call it, but like she's not rushing because you have to like to rush for sorority. Yeah, I think they got rid of that kind of shit, by the way. But you have to have like I think 12 college credits before you can rush. So like right now it's sort of like just looking at stuff. And we use that Life 360 app where you can like see where everybody is, on like a map. And it was like 2 a.m. I was like checking like where she was, and I saw like she was still at this place. Like 2 a.m. No big deal. But I texted her like, when are you coming home? There's no response. Usually you can see like some movement because like if you're walking around even within a house, it's pretty good. Like you can see like there's movement. And I'm checking like every 5-10 minutes because I'm thinking she's in the hood. I see where she's at. I'm thinking she's in like the hood in Buffalo, and it kind of is the hood. Like I'm watching this and I'm like, it's 3 a.m. and I'm like, she's not responding to me. The thing's not moving. All these terrible thoughts are going through my mind, right? Like she's in some fucking ditch somewhere. It's like 4 a.m. I'm like debating in my head, when do I leave the house and like go to that location? Because like,
I can't wait to see how this is tied to X, by the way. I can't wait.
It's not at all. I'll tie it. No. No, it'll tie there. It'll tie there just in the loosest way ever. That's why I said I'm sidetracking for a minute. 4 a.m. I decide like, okay, I'm going out. So I leave my room and I'm like, fuck it. Before I go, let me just like see if she's in her room. And she was sleeping. I guess she got home at like 1 a.m. and the app just didn't update. But like 2 hours of like, what the fuck's going on? These awful thoughts going through my head. But in that 2 hours, I was seeing on X about Brazil and about it being shut off. And, the NFL has a game that's going to be in Brazil. I think that the Eagles are playing there. They have a game, I think this upcoming week or 2 weeks from now, something like that. And people calling for them to like, hey, you should boycott this game. Like you shouldn't have it in Brazil. And I didn't get a chance to really dive into like what a judge ordered that X had to be shut off because is it that they don't like what he's saying? Is it that they don't like that people can post whatever they want? Like what is the deal?
Yeah, let me peek because I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it was that Musk said something specific. I think it's that he doesn't censor shit. Well, here we go. If this is why I trust nothing. I trust nothing online anymore, even officially, even something from the AP. Brazil blocks Musk's X after company refuses to name local representative amid feud with judge. Brazil starts blocking. Let's see if we get anything specific here. Let's see. It's getting wild. Dude, he came out and said what we were talking about also earlier this week, with the Telegram founder getting arrested in France. Musk said he's going to be really careful about what countries he even goes to now. It's getting weird. It's getting scary out there, man.
Yeah.
Musk showed his total disrespect for Brazilian sovereignty and in particular for the judiciary, setting himself up as a true supranational? What? Super? Is that how you spell supranational? Maybe, whatever. Entity and immune to the laws of each country. Yeah, dude, he's got to get Starlink ripping. He just needs to get that ripping and make it accessible
Can't
to
people
anybody.
just use a VPN?
Yeah, yep. And so the worry now is that they're going to start blocking VPNs, and we'll get to a point where I don't know. It's always that cat and mouse game. Can you really block it all? And I'm sure to a degree, yeah. It's getting weird out there, dude. I don't fucking like it. It does make me
spicy.
appreciate this country, but it's also we're heading in the wrong direction here, even too. But we have it better than most.
Did you watch any of that interview the other day?
With Kamala?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw the whole thing. I kind of caught it in bits and pieces. Like I probably watched the first 6, 7, 8 minutes and then just pieces throughout. It's hard to not like her, but also it's hard to not realize it's phony.
It's hard to not like her, or it's
Yeah.
hard to like her.
Well, that's
It's
the
hard to
only
not
thing
like
that's-
her.
Yeah. The only thing that's
Oh,
happened
dude,
is craft that image as a likable person. And it works.
Holy fuck, man! I feel like it's hard to like her. I feel like it is. I try. Maybe I don't try that hard, but I'm like, man, I'm trying to be like objective. It just seems so. It's like watching the Kardashians. Like to me, it's as fake as watching that shit.
It is. You're right.
And to like hear, Dana Bash was asking her about like the flip flopping of policies, and just to hear her response to that was just like, what? By the way, I realize they all deflect. No, she didn't even say it like that. She's like, what was the word she used? Not like I stay true to my something, but she started like just talking about random shit, to be honest with you. When she was like, we should talk about the Green New Deal and how we should hold ourselves to deadlines around time. When I hear things like that, like we should hold ourselves to deadlines around time, it just seems to me like you are trying so hard to sound like somebody that's polished, and it just doesn't land. Like I don't need that shit. I don't need it to be polished. Just give me the dirty. I don't know, dude. Really hard for me to see how people watch that and go like, that's my girl.
Right.
Versus like a Tulsi Gabbard.
Well, I'll tell you why. Hang on, I'll find it. Who's the director? What's his name? The director of like Pulp Fiction. What's his name?
Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah, there we go. Hang on, I gotta pull this up. Because he was talking about her and about her appearance. And he said exactly why. Here we go. Exactly why he was fine with it. Let me see if this is the right clip here. You'll get a little echo, so just a heads up.
That isn't right in a normal election cycle. I mean, it's irrefutably right in a normal election cycle.
I think setting this up, just framing it, I think it was like Bill Maher talking about how she didn't. I think it's like didn't answer questions or was going off in other directions, stuff like that. I think he's similar to what you were saying there. I think that's the setup for this. And then you hear you'll hear his response.
You have a year,
right,
to set your case.
He's about to go fully unhinged.
I think they're just all about winning the election, all right? And then the easiest path to winning the election, look, you can talk about maybe she should have had more guts about this or that and the other, but we're the president.
Right.
And Trump's not the president, and we're the president.
We're the president. The entitlement. I didn't know Tarantino was president of the United States.
And now it's going to be about this. But this is about winning. What most people don't give the Democrats enough credit for.
I think I found a better clip that's just the segment.
It takes a mind like that to make Pulp Fiction, by the way, or Kill Bill.
It's funny how that works because there's some truth in that to that. You know what I mean?
He's a fucking weirdo, dude.
Yep.
He's just like a weird fucking guy.
Yep. I think this one's better. About 2 minutes long.
Bigger issue is the left and their ability or their desire to engage with anyone who's not already in the bubble. And they get a big fat D- on that.
I couldn't agree more.
Right. I mean, you see Kamala. I mean, I'm glad she's doing well. I'm glad we have a real fight now for president. But doesn't talk to the press, would never go near me. And when you won't go near the people who are going to vote for you, I'm going to vote for you. Do I have to love everything? No, I don't. It just shows they're and you're right. I see it so much.
Well, hold on. I don't. Okay, you know what? I don't see her. Well, there's no reason for her to go on your show before the election, but I can actually see her.
Yes, there is. Because I speak to the exact voter she needs, the person who is in the middle, the person who is not ideologically captured by either side. Now, there are some who watch who are that, and everyone is welcome. I need a bigger audience all the time. I'm greedy that way. But basically, that's exactly the audience she needs. The MSNBC crowd is already voting for her. People who watch me, who will decide, this election will probably be decided in like 4 states by something like 80,000 votes in each. That's how these elections, how close they are these days. And that's where we're back to. We're at least back to normal, which sucked, but it is normal that it's 50-50 going into the election. With Biden, it wouldn't have been.
Let me ask you about this, though. Okay, look. There's nothing you said that isn't right. All right. And there's definitely nothing you said that isn't right in a normal election cycle. I mean, it's irrefutably right in a normal election cycle where you have a year to set your case. I think there's just all about winning the fucking election, all right? And then the easiest path to winning the election, look, you can talk about maybe she should have had more guts about this or that and the other, but we're the fucking president.
Right.
And Trump's not the president, and we're the fucking president, and now it's going to be about this. But this is about fucking winning. What most people don't give the Democrats enough credit for, all right, but we give the Republicans credit for. It's like, no, sometimes it's just about fucking winning. And it doesn't matter how we look at this moment. It's about fucking winning.
Right.
This is about fucking winning.
Yep. No, it is.
It's a mad fucking dash, and she is running, and she's not stopping to stumble.
And you know what?
And there's nothing wrong with stopping this. I'm going to vote for her fucking anyway, no matter what she says in a stupid fucking interview.
Exactly.
So don't fuck shit up.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
It's kind of fair. Kind of fair. I like Bill Maher, by the way.
Oh, do you?
I do. I just like, I when I say I think he's fair, like obviously he's a liberal. I don't agree with everything he says, but I like him. I think he makes some good points on not just here, but like if you listen to him, I think he makes some good points.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm maybe I'm 50-50, but yeah, he's a better guy than not. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But I mean that's the people voting for her saying they don't care what they know where she stands, I think, but they don't care what she says. And ultimately, the point there was Bill Maher's like, if she's going to win, she's got to appeal to these other people, and she's not with what they're doing here. He doesn't think, but yeah, I think the way they said it, the normal rules and what's customary doesn't matter because it's not a normal election. She just was inserted into this, a month or two ago at the most, and it's just win it doesn't matter. Like rules don't apply this time, and it's a hard thing to.
Yeah, they haven't applied when they, just put her in. That being said, she just doesn't seem authentic in any way to me. Even in the way, like, I realize a lot of politicians are polished and they've got their little, talking points and their sound bites. There's just something about it that just, like, is piercing to my ears, dude. Listening to her talk about when she got the call from Joe Biden and she was at her house and she was going to do a puzzle with her niece and she said, "Auntie, can you blah blah," and then Joe called and she wasn't worried about her, she was just worried about Joe. It wasn't about her, it was about Joe. And just listening to it, I'm just like, you're so fucking gross, you're so full of shit. You sat in that house probably pacing. Your fucking niece was probably alone in a bedroom watching porn while you waited frantically for Joe to call you to say that he dropped out. He finally did it. And then you and Doug probably went into another bedroom, probably the same one her niece was in, and fornicated. No, I just think it's like, I just think it's like so fake to think she's just minding her own business at her little cottage with her niece doing puzzles. And oh my gosh, the phone rang and it was Joe Biden. And he was dropping out. And Joe, are you sure? Are you sure about it? Anyway, yeah,
absolutely fucking
drives me nuts.
It
drives me nuts.
It's gross.
I don't know if I can handle 4 years of it. I just if she's elected, I have to disconnect from that that side of things that I enjoy, like kind of like being in the middle of, like just politics in general.
Yeah.
I don't think I could handle 4 years of watching her.
I'm with you.
lead
I'll
the country.
disconnect. I'll just focus on aliens and stuff more. Which, by the way, there's been some real cool alien shit this week. Like really cool. There's it's just man, it's a good slow trickle, dude. Okay, first off, I bought the Caitlin Clark rookie. I had to, man.
Which one? The one of 1,000 or?
Yep. The one I'm not going to drop a grand. If I had it, I
Are
would.
you-
But
Are you buying it using what? It's not like you can use the credit card, right? You're
you can.
using.
you can. That's how I bought it. And yeah, I mean, like she rookie of the year, and honestly, she's not an WNBA star. She's like a sports superstar. Is what she's going to grow into. You know, stays healthy, whatever.
See, I'd go for those 1 of 150s. That
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I would too. Only reason I thought this was, well, that's obviously better. Way fucking better. I think it's like 1,200. Yeah, that'd be ideal. Go for that if you're going for one. This is her first, so this will count as her, you know, her actual rookie or her first ever, you know, Top Shot rookie card. You know what I mean? So that's the one. That's what the 1,000 edition has going for it. So it's her official rookie card, and it's her first Top Shot moment. So for 200, I'm like, yeah, we'll do that for now.
Fuck it, I should buy one.
Yeah, might as dude. Again, everybody's now everybody's talking rookie of the year and shit. These used to sell for. Let's look. I mean. bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. All right, Henry left. You guys just go wild. I might just kill this, guys, because it's not actually back. I don't even know if you can hear me, but shit ain't working. Hang on. Can you guys hear me? Henry Rugg, motherfucker. It might just have to kill this. We'll see. Probably just gonna kill it. I mean, what? All right. You can hear me. You can see me. Yeah. Let me see. They're doing some work on the wiring, like somewhere in the area. It goes down every fucking night this week. It's kind of bullshit. Anyway, I bought my Caitlin Clark. I'm happy about that. I wish I could screen share on here. If I could do that, or I just keep this up. But I can't. Yeah, I don't know. We can probably just continue tomorrow, right? It's up to you. If you want me to keep going like this, you're not going to see anything on screen, but we can shoot the shit about other side. And my brand new Caitlin Clark rookie card that I fucking love, that I'm gonna retire from in 50 years. Somebody else bought one, by the way. When I went to go buy, there's one listed at 211, gone. 211 gone. So one of you, I hope, grabbed that one. I got it 214. These might move. Honestly, they might move. Like, look, Dave Portnoy tweets about this Caitlin Clark stuff. Like every fucking day, he's tweeting about her. Ho. Okay, Assassin. Here's what's up with Ho, and I don't know fully. I should have learned my lesson with Pauly. Not that he's like a rug or a scammer, but like Pauly's ecosystem, you have to be pretty engaged in. You got to like move in and out of stuff because he like gamifies it. There's a whole thing to move your Ho over to this null token, and it's all tied into this new platform. So I don't know. I don't know. There's supposed to be a big old burn of Ho tokens. What happened? I don't know. I got wrecked in it too. And honestly, when I get wrecked in a Poly token, I'm like, I wasn't paying attention. I had the opportunity for 2x. I didn't sell because I thought, something else was happening. Didn't happen. Still, I'm holding, but I don't know if that's smart. So that's Poly. We might actually be back. Hang on. If it comes back, I'll hop back on so we can share the screen. I'll see if Henry wants to pop back in. I mean, George, dude, I picked, yeah, I mean, okay, yes and no with the Poly effect. That video on the video with Poly on YouTube got like normal viewership, right? I think I picked up like 6, maybe 7 subs at the most. But that video got like 250 views, didn't get a lot. Outside of crypto, I don't think people know Poly. But on X, that video got 10,000 views. And the tweet itself got like 23,000, 24,000 impressions. So he's right. And I probably picked up like 400 or 500 followers. So definitely got an increase, across the board, which is cool as fuck. And I like the people who've been watching that I can tell came from that. Cool fucking people, man. I'm going to text Pauly later, see if he wants to. He's really fucking busy right now. I want to see if he wants to come on and talk about Pond because they released something yesterday, like farming and like mining and shit. So there's a lot going on over there. I'd love to get him on. Just I bet you right now he's too busy. But yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. Dude, this is not working. It's so frustrating. Yeah, man. What were we talking about though? We were talking about X getting banned. Okay. Shit, I can't even see my stories that are up. There's an interesting thing happening in NFTs. Yeah, we're kind of back, Rocky. Kind of back. It's cool seeing the NFT space like supporting like the Brazilian NFT people, right? Like Jiho's from Axie, right? From Sky Mavis. They're looking for a way to get communications open with people in Brazil. And then separately, like the artist community rallying around all of those artists too. Yeah, we're back. Okay. I'm going to rejoin from my computer. I'll see if Henry wants to hop back in. And we'll keep going. I think we're back. It's looking back. Halfway. So lame. I got Braziled, man. I got fucking Braziled here. This bonkers. Yeah, I can't even tell. I'm half back. All right, we'll keep on mobile till I know for sure we're back. But anyway, so there's accounts over on X that are still posting these Brazilian artists' work. So maybe they facilitate, maybe they play like middleman and help them get some stuff sold, which is awesome, man. Hey man, it's cornball shit, but talk about community. There is a real community here, and you see the community in work with something like this. So pretty cool to see, to be honest here. I don't think it's gonna be the end with Brazil though. As far as X is a weird place that we've all congregated to. Like, it's not foolproof. The ban shit is just escalating. We don't have a backup option really, right? We kind of got Telegram, which is super fragmented. What's up, Brew? Good to see you, man. We got Telegram, we got Discord. I don't feel very safe, secure, as in like picture if X gets blown up like today, right? Picture X goes away. How are you keeping in touch with your collections and your buddies and stuff? And even if everybody finds their way back together for the most part, you're probably going to lose what? Half your user base somehow, some way that doesn't know how to find their way back, like the casuals. How many of those casuals? I don't know if I can check DMs at the moment, man. How many of those casuals have just been hanging on by a thread here, and then they don't come back? X is blown away, and they're like, I guess I'm done, man. I guess I'm done. I don't have like I don't have the patience or energy to go seek out where everybody lives now, right? So I think we all got to be really fucking careful to some degree here. With like a backup option. Shit, dude, do we need to start a Telegram group? We might need to start a Telegram. I think we do. Interesting. It's not a bad idea. If you guys are up for that, by the way, too, because that can also be an alpha thing. Maybe it makes sense to finally set up a Telegram group. Fuck, I thought I would never do that, but might make sense. Not that I'm worried about X getting banned here in the States, but you never know. Yeah, dude, by the way, the internet's definitely not back, so we'll just keep riding like this for a minute. Yuga Labs. There is no idiot floor. The idiots are dead and buried underground, brother. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You can't kill what's already dead. No, dude, just sitting where I always sit. Normally my camera's like straight ahead here, right? Normally I'm like, boom, but no, internet's out. So we're just making do here. So I gotta call them, man. And again, it's been all fucking week. It's super frustrating. Could probably set up a hotspot, but quality will be like extra shit. Anyway, Yuga Labs. What is it called? The workshop. What do you guys think about the workshop? I like it. I actually like it. Yuga Labs, the workshop. 13 of their top devs. I would kind of assume that's like most of their devs, by the way. But 13 of their top devs now working on the workshop, which is it's going to be their Dapps generator for over on ApeChain. I think it's super cool. I think it's super smart to be like this entity that's sitting there just brainstorming cool ideas, building them, quick turnaround, right? The goal, according to Garga, was turning these products around in 8 to 12 weeks. So 2 to 3 months from having the idea of what something could be to building it out to launching it. Dude, I think that's awesome. That's how you fucking capture magic in this space, is being able to do something that quickly. Like, Pump.Fun probably came up in a matter of weeks, somebody being like, it'd be cool if, and then boom, Pump.Fun born. And then Pump.Fun, because that's out there, a few months later, it's the Dumpy.Fun, right? It's the Squeezy Fun, whatever. I think those kind of things, being able to pivot and move that quickly, but with devs like of the caliber that Yuga probably has, great fucking idea. Honestly, I think they're on the right track here finally. So again, the workshop, ApeChain, lots of Dapps, and those Dapps, by the way, are coming really soon. I don't think they gave us an exact date, but I'll bet you we're going to see something within the next 4 weeks, just a guess. Now, what would be awesome is if this market turns around and catches fire, what we were all kind of thinking, right? Maybe October, right? Crazy slow September is what it's looking like it's going to shape up to be. Rate cuts come, maybe we start bubbling up, but October, November starts cooking. And all of a sudden, Yuga Labs launches a killer fucking DEX. Look at Pondo X, speaking of Polly and crew. Look at Pondo X, and a platform that's done $1 billion in volume. It's a little, this no disrespect, it's a little nothing DEX, and it's not nothing. That's actually the point. The fact that they can get a DEX rolling with that kind of volume. What happens if Yuga Labs brings all the degens onto their chain? And instead of Blast being this crazy meme coin ecosystem, what if it's actually Yuga Labs ApeChain? What if? But because their devs can focus there and actually build and just, man, are going to be encouraged to brainstorm crazy shit, it's got me excited. Again, I think, we had some pretty bearish takes, and they were reasonable takes too, but bearish takes over on Yuga Labs in general. I don't agree. These guys, I think, are on the right path. I think they got the right goal in mind, and I think they got the talent to do it. And man, I know some people were saying that they're not degens, but they are. I believe those guys absolutely are degens. Like, I think they get the culture. I mean, they certainly did at the beginning, and of course, right place, right time. Yeah, all that stuff. But you can't just be right place, right time. You have to be able to execute, and they did from the very beginning, probably all the way through other side. As much of a clusterfuck as maybe that turned into, they still executed, let's say, up until that point. Yeah, I'm bullish. I'm bullish, and I'm really optimistic. But the truth is, I've turned the page. I've like kind of forgiven. Not that my forgiveness matters, right? But I've moved past the FUD stuff. Everything I've seen as of late, since Garga came on board, it said they're heading in the right direction. So, big fan. I can't wait to see what it is they start delivering here, especially when we start seeing some products. Especially then, man. I wonder what they could be. What else could these guys bring beyond a DEX? What could they do that's new and innovative? And I'm not sure. But that's what I'm really hoping happens is they wow us with something. Garga's words were always they want to, they want to build things that delight. I don't know what that could be, but I know them when I see them. I know the things that feel like magic. I'll tell you this, Pump.Fun is one of those things. Polymarket's one of those things. There's some stuff on Blast that's like that too. Honestly, Fantasy Top is like that too. You know those things when you see them, and it's hard to even speculate ahead of time on what those could be because they're usually something pretty fresh. So I think Yuga Labs is going to be able to do that, bring us some fresh stuff. If some of their games they were working on before, Legends of the Mara, Heavy Metal, if those were any indication, man, But I think those ideas weren't, from that core degen gang there. So we will see. Degen, good morning, bro. George, BAMP feels like magic. Yeah, I felt that with it too, man. I've definitely felt that. Will it be? Will it play out that way, man? I hope. I fucking hope, dude. God, I would love to be able to look at runes right now. I don't know if I minimize this, by the way, if it'll fuck the stream up. Starting a stable coin without needing physical dollar storage overhead. Yeah, it's great. It's cool. We got a stable coin on Bitcoin now, right? I think that's fucking wild. Yeah, I like it, dude. I think that BAMP rune, that one feels special, right? That one feels like it's, yeah, that one feels fucking special. No doubt. I need to get some exposure. Remind me, holding BAMP, does that yield you the other token, or is there a different token you hold to yield BAMP? I can't remember the order that goes in, but doing something different, man. Yeah, it's a solid. Okay. Zynga. Oh, NUSD. Is that what yields BAMP? I don't have any, by the way. I have neither. I don't have BAMP. I don't have NUSD. Okay, cool. You hold NUSD stable to get BAMP. Yeah, I love it. Really fucking cool. Smart. Let's see if they can really let's see if they can turn that into something special. I think they can. I think we got a taste of that before. Okay, Zynga. Sold off Sugartown. I think I saw some careful wording though that they didn't say they sold it. It was that this, what was it? D20 Studio, D20 Labs. If anybody knows the name, drop it in the chat. But that D20 Labs, I'm going to call it till I get corrected, has acquired Sugartown. So Zynga's out, man. Zynga's not in Web3 anymore. As far as I know, right? Pirate Nation came from like maybe former Zynga people, I think. But as far as I know, Sugartown was their only Web3, you know, the only skin in the game they had here. Now they don't have it. Interesting stuff, man. I did like seeing people like Beanie saying these guys capitulated at the bottom. It's actually a really, really bullish sign. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I could certainly read it that way. I could tell you the holders don't feel good about it. A ton of fucking FUD. A ton of fucking FUD in their Discord and a massive dump. You guys should go peek over at if you look on Crypto Slam, you'll see the volume. If you peek at Magic Eden, you'll see floor prices. Actually not down as bad as you might think. I think down 0.02, 0.03, nothing crazy. I'm more tempted now than ever to go buy one. Because, man, if we could throw up that trailer, their fucking Chapter 1 trailer looks amazing, man. Amazing. And it looks like they have more than just the Sugartown game, right? They've got a whole ecosystem now that D20 is the owner of that IP, right, of those assets. Yeah. Sugartown, I'm bullish on. Zynga, no, but Zynga doesn't matter anymore. They're out. I'm just kind of surprised it happened, but I get it. I get it, dude. This kind of plays into Garga's thoughts, right? Garga's saying we got to not be corporate, right? You can't be a Web 2 entity here working in Web 3. It doesn't work. They move at a different speed. You can't do the things that corporate would allow. Because truthfully, this gets into the OpenSea territory. Because how legal is it? And I think that's what we're going to find out more and more. A lot of this shit ain't even legal, right? Don't be surprised, guys, if OpenSea ends up getting wrecked by this. That might be why somebody like Zynga's out of here, right? And that wasn't reactionary to OpenSea, by the way, right? This is something that probably was a long time coming, let's say months at least, but OpenSea should be writing on the wall, and Zynga getting out is also writing on the wall. A lot of what's going on here ain't legal. It's not. It's not. I was arguing with a buddy over the OpenSea thing, and specifically, guys, they're not going to win. It doesn't mean they're going to lose, right? It doesn't mean OpenSea is going to lose, but to some degree they will. There's no way OpenSea gets out of this without paying a fine. We just saw it with DraftKings. We just saw DraftKings shut down their whole NFT product because they were getting sued. They're like, man. They're like, it's a losing case. It's a losing case. We can tell. So let's settle that case. Let's shut it all down and just not bleed out legal fees over the next 5 years. And OpenSea is really kind of the proof that that's what's happening behind the scenes. So now Zynga out as well, because at some point they face it, right? If they did what you need to do for a Web3 game, which is probably a token, which is probably all kinds of like gamified mechanics around those NFTs, probably going to face legal troubles. I bet you that's part of what's going on here. Draco, you don't blame Zynga for rugging. People suck. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I get it. I get both sides of it. Again, Zynga can't do things that are illegal. And that game to work needs some illegal shit. That's pretty telling though, ain't it? Right? I mean, for a lot of this stuff to work, man, you got to do things that cross the line that probably when there's enough manpower, you know, with the SEC, DOJ, probably all of it gets scrutinized. Probably all of it starts facing charges, man. So, yeah, none of it surprising. And honestly, I think Sugartown's probably better off at this point. That said, it's the same team for the most part. I saw, is it Kamal? Is it Kamal or is it Camel? Whatever. He's going over to the new team, the D20, whatever. Whole bunch of other guys, right? It's a big, mostly it's the same team there. So it's in good hands, really. And I'm just more optimistic about the game after, dude, after seeing that trailer looked incredible. Trailer looked really fucking good. But dude, big stuff this week, man. And like we touched on OpenSea, but think of how much happened this week. OpenSea Wells notice, Zynga dumping Sugartown, right? I think I called it Sugarland. Fuck. Yuga Labs with Workshop. A lot of big stuff, guys. It's a big week. And like ripple effects from this, more than ripple effects, But the effects of this we're going to see and feel here rest of this year. Some of this is going to be, giving us direction here going forward, especially the OpenSea shit, man. Yeah, OpenSea is not going to win that. We don't know, man. We don't know what kind of charges they're facing. We don't know what kind of fines they're facing, man. But they're definitely selling securities on that platform. Weird narrative out there that the SEC is calling all NFTs securities. I don't think they are. I still think that's stupid. You've heard me say it here before, right? I don't think that the SEC was calling all of them securities at all. But definitely some. There's definitely a fuck ton of NFTs that are securities. And OpenSea will lose that. OpenSea is going to be paying a lot of money because of that. Absolutely, that's going to happen. In my mind, there's no chance it doesn't work out that way. None. Because we know for sure they sold them. Think of it. We know, dude, Stoner Cats. Offline, exactly. Look, Stoner Cats and Impact Theory. Hang on, guys. Off camera just for a quick second. But Stoner Cats and Impact Theory are securities. Even if they didn't accept charges, the SEC looks at them as securities. And OpenSea sold those. OpenSea made money on those. OpenSea facilitated the trading of securities. OpenSea is going to lose. OpenSea definitely going to fucking lose. Again, to what degree? What is losing? Don't fucking know. But it doesn't just stop with those two. I bet you there's a list so fucking long, probably can wrap around the globe 5 times. I think there's a huge list of NFTs that they're actively going after the SEC, already have charges, and all those projects. Yuga Labs is on that list too. Never forget that. Yuga Labs is on that list. All those projects, guys, are being sold on OpenSea, and OpenSea will be found guilty because of that. It's not a maybe thing. And this is my argument with my buddy. I'm like, bro, this isn't a maybe it works out this way. I could see a scenario where this happens and maybe this will happen. Maybe, I don't know. It's a definite. It's a fucking definite that OpenSea will be paying some sort of fine or charge, and it's not going to be small, for selling of some of those things, like Stoner Cats. It's going to be a much bigger list. Cosmos, what's funny is that they shut down and fined Stoner Cats, but didn't make them refund holders. Well, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Cosmos, but I think they did have to set up a pool of funds to refund people if they wanted. Impact Theory did. I thought Stoner Cats did as well. It's just a pretty small pool, right? And it puts the onus is on you. You're the one who's going to have to go and follow up and find out how to do it. What's the process? And it doesn't count if you bought on secondary, right? It's primary sale, which those weren't cheap. As far as I remember, those weren't cheap. Maybe what were they, 0.1? Were they 0.25? 0.3 even? I think they were not cheap. Dude, I'm like a fucking druggie. I'm like going through withdrawals, not having my computer working. Yeah, Cosmos, I'm pretty sure. Like, could be wrong. Could be wrong as to why I wish I could pull something up. But I'm pretty sure they did have to set up some kind of refund process. Yep. But in Cosmos, that's why OpenSea is kind of fucked here. It's all that matters secondary. Yeah, Choina, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty darn sure they had to set up like little like, let's say $1 million for refunds. Yeah. Yep. And none of them was automatic. None of them was them kicking back stuff. You have to go through a process to go get that refund. Crazy shit. Am I back? It's we're back check time. I don't hate this, by the way. Like, doing this makes me wonder if there's a way to do even like the morning inside NFT update. As long as I could share shit, there's something easy about doing it on the phone. I got to think if there's like a way to fit this in. I think we're back. No, god damn it. Got excited. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, not back. All right, maybe we'll kill it here because I don't know what else to talk about because I can't go pull my shit up. But yeah, I'm curious if you guys find the refund stuff, if that's a real thing. Dude, I'm just looking through some notes because I have one page that didn't get zapped here. There were some cool mints this week, man. Like Creature World. Did any of you guys mint Creature World? Did any of you guys go get that Gomble Games? I'm shocked, but there were some cool ass mints this week. Mutable Trees, of course. Some interesting stuff. I don't think we're dead in NFTs. I do actually lean towards the we're back thing. I do. I'm feeling a kind of way about the space right now. OpenSea be damned, you know. Feeling kind of backish. God, the OpenSea stuff. I can't wait for more details about that. I can't. I'm fiending for it. Mostly to kill the narrative. Mostly to kill it. Again, it's me being a little bitch, kind of. But I just the whole. I'm so tired of everything's a security. What does that mean for my tickets? Man, the NFTs that were very obviously securities are securities. Your metaverse investments, your NFT you bought for tokens, all that stuff, man. Ooh, dude, recur. Dude, recur. I like that one. Pixel Vault. I wonder if Pixel Vault's a whole different story. I always apologize when I start going on a Pixel Vault rant, but Pixel Vault's a different story, you know? To me, that's like one of the most egregious examples here. I don't know if I call it security. I definitely call it a rug. And that's more Choina in the recur camp there, right? But I can't even guess, or you know what? Okay, hang on. Pixel Vault did have 2 tokens, right? They had Punks and they had POW. And they got GG. Now Pixel Vault ecosystem might be a problem. And man, them getting so close to Yuga Labs. Wow. Yeah, Pixel Vault might have a little problem here too, man. Yeah, weekend look. I like that, man. Pixel Vault might have a problem. I totally forgot about their tokens here. Not only did they bring in all that money to raise funds to build a game, right? Not only do they do that, and then fractionalize a bunch of punks, which is a big old no-no. You can't fractionalize shit is a security. I bet you Pixel Vault's facing charges too. I bet you behind the scenes there's some shit there. Pixel Vault had fractionalized punks. You owned. This is not going to come out the way it really is, but the DAO is almost like ownership in a brand, right? So they had the DAO. They raised funds to build a AAA first-person shooter MMO. And then they rugged all that and said, no, we give you a mobile game and a brand new token. So you can convert all your shit into this POW or GG token. I don't know, man. I have a feeling Pixel Vault's going to face those charges too. It's the only one I won't feel terrible about. At all. At a fucking all. Man. I think we got to call it there because now my phone is going to die. And we still don't have internet. So I think I'm around today. And I might just do a stream later to make up for this. But I'm going to go call my ISP, see what the fuck is up. Because this is literally every day this week. And that'll be a problem. So, guys, enjoy your fucking day. Make sure you're liked and subscribed and all that good stuff, right? May go live here in a bit when the internet's back. This is stupid. When I'm done, all I can do is call them and then just sit and maybe I'll hop on the treadmill. But whatever. Anyway, guys, enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your long weekend. As you know, I'll be live tomorrow morning as well. So same time, 8:15 a.m. Eastern time here. Maybe live later today. We'll see what happens. Okay, let me throw something out there that might be lame. It might be, but whatever. I've always still wanted to do watch along shit. Okay, super cringe boomer shit. I like to do a movie, but I'm down for doing like the thread guy Ansem interview, and I would do them probably just on X. It would just be on X because copyright shit on YouTube. So if you're interested in any of that, follow on X, Huda_idiot. Have a great day, fam. See ya.